Nico Gine from TRSTV, and you're listening to Teen Speak Out podcast, the show that gets the thoughts and feelings from students around the Toms River District. Today we're talking about the importance of after-school activities. We had the chance to travel around High School East and get some opinions. Here's a look at what some of your classmates said.
A chance to talk with some high school East students. Let's take a look at what they said.
I think the after-school activities are really important because you can do things after school in your free time and hang out with people. And I do softball.
I think I like after-school activities because they give you opportunities to make new friends and meet new people. And my favorite one to do is field hockey.
I like after-school activities because they're really fun and it gives you something to do and not just sit at home. And I like to play soccer.
I think after-school activities are really important, and it's really fun to get involved and meet new people and stuff. And I'm a cheerleader here.
I think they're really important. I think it gives people a great way to meet new people, and if people are shy or lonely, it gives them a way to not stay in the house all day. And I play tennis.
I think there's something fun to do and give a choice to kids who don't have anything to do. And my favorite has to be track.
It sure looks like students have strong opinions on after-school activities. For Teen Speak Out, I'm Jada Dragonetti.
On the show tonight, we have Gianna Pascal and Kira Carney, juniors at Toms River High School East. Welcome to Teen Speak Out, and thanks for joining us. First off, girls, tell us more why you are here.
I'm here because I enjoy participating in extracurricular activities.
I'm here because I love being involved in school.
Okay, so first off, what activities do you both participate in at Toms River High School East?
Kira?
Kira.
I'm involved in soccer and lacrosse and team.
I'm also involved in soccer, lacrosse, and team.
Now, this is a question for Gianna. Do both of your, what would you say is the harder sport, soccer or lacrosse?
For me, I would say soccer because I don't really play soccer, but more mentally challenging would be lacrosse because I have to live up to a bigger expectation in lacrosse because I have more of a role than in soccer.
Cool. Thanks, guys. All right, next question. Do you guys think people gain important life tools during their time partaking in these activities?
Yeah, I think people do gain important life tools because they're faced to communicate with coaches and adults a lot and take a lot of responsibility.
Cool. And Gianna?
Yeah, I also feel the same thing, and just learning leadership and responsibility, especially as you get older in these positions and stuff like that.
All right, our next question. Why do you think lots of colleges want people to have many community service hours in their application? Gianna?
I think that because they just want to see how you're giving back to your community and if you're involved, because they usually want people to be more of just a student than just see what their life is outside and how they're spending their time.
Here.
Yeah, I think that it's important because it shows that you do things outside of school.
Cool. All right, next question. Do you think it's fair for a person that plays multiple sports to not participate in activities such as clubs and community service to not be seen as highly as the other students, especially when applying for college? Kira?
Wait, what was the question again?
Do you think it's fair for a person that plays multiple sports to not participate in activities such as clubs and community service to not be as seen as highly as the other students, especially when applying for college?
I think that by playing a sport and not being involved in clubs is just as equal as if you were involved in clubs, because being involved in a sport takes up a lot of your time and you don't necessarily get the time to do those other things.
John?
Yeah, I agree with Kira because especially if you're a person playing multiple sports, you definitely don't have a lot of time to dedicate towards clubs, especially multiple. I mean, one or two is okay, but that's still a lot. I feel you don't have a lot of time.
And do you think the experiences sports gives you differ from an experience from a club?
I do because I feel in sports you're with each other every single day, unlike clubs where sometimes you meet once or twice a week. And like the bonds you form being like on a team like are like never forgettable. And I just feel like being with your teammates every day, and like it just shows you like how to be a better person, even though clubs do too. But like I feel like sports just give you a better like close-knit experience.
Yeah, and Kara?
Yeah, I think that being involved in sports definitely gives you like a closer experience, like Gianna said, because you're with your team every single day, and like you guys are like forming relationships based on like your sport.
And do you guys think that people not wanting to go to college after high school should volunteer in these activities? Kara?
Oh, I think that like either way, going to college or not, you should participate in them, because I think it just like gives you a lot of life skills, and like you get a lot of like new friends, and it's just like great to be a part of.
Yeah, I agree. It also just gives you something to do instead of just going home, and it gives you better of a chance to get involved in your school community more.
Cool. And how do you think people manage their time with all these activities?
I definitely think it's very hard, especially the people that are in like positions such as student council and doing all these other clubs. I definitely think it's hard because I always hear how they have to go from this meeting to that meeting and all this stuff, and especially school is hard. School is hard too and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a lot, especially on top of that, if you're playing a sport and you have stuff at home such as like work and like just family stuff you need to deal with. I definitely think it's a lot.
And Kira, how do you think people manage their time with all of these activities?
I think that if you do like clubs and sports, it has to be really hard for you, but I think like you could manage just doing one after school.
Okay. And Gianna, I have a question to piggyback off that. How do you manage your time with all these activities?
Well, I've came up like recently like with the schedule, especially because this year has been hard. I've tried like I go to practice, and then like I come home and I get ready to like study and do like all my homework and stuff. And like even in the off seasons, like during the winter, that's when like I don't play a sport. I still like I'll come home, I'll go to the gym, and then like I'll save time for my work, because work is like my schoolwork is something that's very important to me, so I need to set time for that. And like people could do that with anything that's like important to them. They'll definitely have time to make for it, and yeah.
Cool. And Kira, do you think people should get an incentive if they have a huge involvement in these activities?
Yeah, I think that they should, because they put a lot of time into it and work, and it shows that they're more involved than just like school in general.
Cool. All right. What is one life lesson you will take away from this experience with extracurriculars?
One life lesson is that like take away from like the bonds that you create with people. Like I've met some of my best friends playing sports in high school and stuff, and like it's just like so fun to be around everyone every day. We're always laughing, we're always making jokes. Like it's just like, I don't know, it's just something that brings me joy, and I definitely will learn to cherish like all like the moments and like never forget.
Cool. And Kira?
I agree with what Gianna said. Like you definitely get like a lot of friends, and like I also think that like you learn from like sports and just being in clubs like a lot of responsibility and being like holding yourself accountable for things. And I think that it just like is a good life lesson.
Okay. And lastly, what is the end goal for people with these experiences after their 4 years of high school? Kira?
I think that the end goal would just be to have like enjoyed your experience and your time, because it really goes by fast, and you don't like realize that you'll never have like those 4 years again in high school.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I definitely think, especially looking back from when I was a freshman to now, being almost a senior, having like 2 months left to my junior year, I definitely think like, wow, like where has the time gone? Because I just remember being a freshman on the field and stuff, and now being like a senior on the field, not a senior, a junior on the field, just like, you know, I just feel like the time went by so fast with the people that I enjoy spending it with the most.
And what are some advice that you would give to the freshmen that are coming in next year to high school?
I would say to like enjoy your time and like don't take it for granted. Like everyone wishes the school year by, but it's just like every summer that comes around is just one less year that you have in high school before you go away to college.
Gianna?
I would say the same thing, and I would also say it's not as scary as you think. Definitely coming into a new place with new faces is definitely something scary, but everyone here is really cares about you and is really nice, and especially if you join and participate in these activities, you definitely have a community to fall back onto, if you ever need anything. So I feel like it's always a good thing to participate.
Well, I would like to thank you all for being here today. It was great hearing from all the different opinions around our school. Please be sure to tune in to our YouTube channel for more episodes of this show and others. For Teen Speak Out, I'm Nico Giannetti.